I think we forgot to do an intro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do an intro. What is up, guys? My name is Yvonne, and I'm your co-host here with,
Jamie Maldonado.
and we are photographers, and we are here to talk about nothing. This is Blank Frame, the photography podcast about.
Today, oh my God, Chat GPT.
And so today we're going to get ChatGPT to roast our Instagram feeds.
The show is about nothing.
Blank frame.
This computer. All right.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool.
Hi, Jamie. It's good to see you.
Hi. Yeah, it's been a minute, but we've been busy.
Definitely been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How's your darkroom going?
Going really well. Got a big shipment of film in today. Had a little mix up with Portras. I ordered a bunch of 35 millimeter Portra, and then they sent me 120 instead of 35, which would normally
Cut
be
it in
nice.
half.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. I got a little bandsaw or something.
Yeah.
But how have you been?
I've been good. I've been shooting 120.
Oh, yeah.
I think last time I had just gotten my Yashica, and now I've shot like 8 rolls of it. So that's going really well.
Cool.
Really enjoying it. If you need
That's
someone to take
awesome.
some of those portraits off your hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I didn't have to return those, but I've got a bunch of gold coming. You haven't shot gold yet, have you?
No, the
Oh,
only Kodak stock I've shot is Kodacolor on
okay.
the 120.
Okay.
So,
You
and
should
it's expired
definitely.
by like
Oh,
years.
yeah, yeah. You should definitely do gold. It's like super cheap per roll. It's like you can get it. Basically, I buy it from Adorama below wholesale for me,
Ooh,
and I get wholesale pricing. So,
dang.
yeah,
Not bad. Okay, shoot.
yeah,
Yeah. I could totally shoot that.
yeah.
That's
So
like 50 cents a photo. Oh my gosh.
yeah, you should be able to
Not bad.
get your hands on some of that for a reasonable price. Yeah,
I
definitely worth
got a
it.
roll of Portra 400 that's like 20 years expired. So
Ooh,
I'm thinking that's what's going in there next. And then I've got
cool.
some Rolly to
Is
shoot.
it
Yeah, and then I've got
VC
some
or
other stuff.
NC?
Eh,
The Portra, is it VC or NC? Okay.
couldn't tell you.
Okay.
What is
Either
VCNC? Tell me.
vivid color, natural color. They used to have two types of portraits for each speed. There was 160 and 400 NC and
Oh, I
VC.
didn't know this.
If you like how Portra 800 works, that's how all Portra used to look, except for not as grainy. And then they changed it
Oh my gosh.
in
Okay, not bad.
2010 or something like that. They changed it to the current Portra. Rest in peace, VC
I'm
and
gonna check that out.
NC.
It might not
Oh
be
yeah,
20 years expired.
but
But the branding definitely looks 20 years old on it.
yeah, yeah. If it looks different than what you get now, it's probably the old stuff.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, so do you want to introduce our topic for today? I'm nervous.
So today we're going to roast our profiles, or Chat GPT is.
Ooh, ChatGPT is going to roast our profiles.
Yep.
What do you think ChatGPT is going to say about yours?
See, I thought I would know immediately what it would say, but something about you like saturated colors and backlighting. It'll hit professor mode and be like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of chicks."
Oh my
But
God, yeah, probably.
so we'll see. We'll see if it's anywhere close to that. How about you? What do you think yours is going to say?
Oh, I was trying to think, but I feel like it can't dish out any criticism that's worse than my own self-criticism.
Yeah,
I
that's what
bet
I
you
felt.
it's gonna mention that I always have the models. Like I always shoot the models from below.
Oh
And I
yeah.
always use a wide angle lens. And the color palette on my Instagram right now is very blue, so it might criticize
Mm,
me for that.
yeah.
Uh, and I think, yeah, something about like recycling the same handful of poses would
Oh
probably
yeah.
be
Yeah.
criticism that's probably valid of my work. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't hurt me too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, I went through grad school, I can take this. But also, but
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
yeah.
I handle criticism of like anything else really, really well. But
Oh.
of my photography, I'm like, what do you mean
Mm-mm.
mediocre? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well,
we'll
let's see
see.
you do it.
Yeah, like yeah, we'll see you take a
Oh,
picture like that. You go to New
okay,
York. Come on,
Chat
let's see it.
GPT. Show me what you got.
Okay, so we'll see. Okay,
Um,
so should we get started? So how do we do it? We
yeah.
have to go to
So
ChatGPT.
yeah, did you get the app? Because apparently you have to do it on your phone app.
Oh, you have to do it on the phone app. Oh shoot, because I
Yeah.
have it on the computer and
Oh
I have an
dang.
account thing. I'll get the app right now.
So I've got the app, so
Mm.
I will volunteer to go first then. Um
Okay. So you gotta take a screenshot of your Instagram.
oh, okay. Oh, I was also reading about the energy consumption of Chat GPT.
Oh yeah.
How it let's see, I'll read what this says. Chat GPT is probably using up more than 500,000 kilowatt hours of electricity to respond to some 200 million requests today. Chat GPT uses more than a million kilowatt hours of electricity daily, the New Yorker reported. In comparison, the
Oh my
average
God.
US household uses just 29 kilowatt hours.
Oh my God.
So we're roasting our profiles and the planet.
And the planet. Wow. Awesome. Cool. What a great piece of information. Thank you for that, Jamie.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Roast
well, to be fair,
my.
I have not used ChatGPT very much since it came out. I used it in the first like 3 months that it came out because I thought it was going to revolutionize the way that I wrote emails. And then everybody could tell that they were written by chat, and so I had to stop. And
Oh
that was
yeah.
that was the last time I used it. Well, okay, I got my results back. Did
Oh,
did it get
well, that
did
was
it get
fast. What did you how did you do it?
okay, so I had to log in. So I logged into my account. And then as soon as
Yeah.
I logged into my account, I was able to like add photos, upload photos and media and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
so then I just uploaded the screenshot and I asked it to roast it, and it
Okay.
did.
I'm gonna ask it real quick.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry, I'm reading it.
Oh no.
It's kind of nice. Okay, wait, can I read it out loud? I'll read it out loud.
Okay, you can go now.
Okay. So it says, all right, let's break this down. Your Instagram feed looks like a cross between a high fashion editorial and a modern art gallery. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
The models are serving fierce, yet there's this vibe like everyone just wandered into a random abandoned building and decided, yeah, this is the spot. Which, like,
Oh, God.
yeah, I mean,
Okay, yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
spot. Your fashion game is strong, but some of these poses look like they're trying to escape a wind tunnel or just had an existential crisis mid-shoot. The rooftop shots, bold move. Nothing says I'm a fashion icon like risking it all for the perfect angle. Okay, these are actually kind of nice. Maybe I'll
Wow.
ask it to be meaner.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't read mine yet, so I guess I could just read it and we'll get a live reaction while you ask it to be meaner. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. Okay, I'm asking it to be meaner.
Okay.
Um, that's definitely my favorite line. Someone just walked into an abandoned building and
I
decided,
love
yeah,
that.
this
That could be okay. So I have no idea what this says. It could be awful. All right, let's see what we got here. Your Instagram feed looks like a mix between a vintage photo album and an art student's final project that was definitely submitted at the last minute.
oh,
It's like you were trying to combine every aesthetic possible, vintage vibes, artsy nudes, moody black and whites, and then some weird apocalyptic pool party. Okay. Uh, the black and white photo of you on the couch looks like you're taking a break from overthinking your quote unquote deep art project, while the disco ball shots scream, I'm the life of the party if the party was held in a time capsule from the 70s.
that's
And
actually
what's,
kind of praise, to be honest with you.
yeah. And what's with the pool shots? It's like you were trying to prove you're cool and artsy, but also still enjoy being a human popsicle floating in an existential crisis. Those desert shots, though, are we going for Wandering Lost Soul or I just got sunburned for this? Um, Overall, it's like your feed is a permanent identity crisis between being the edgy, misunderstood artist and someone who just really likes vintage filters. Keep it up, though. Clearly, you've got people intrigued.
Somebody who just really likes vintage filters. How does that make you feel?
Um, I don't think they meant it like my vintage filters, but also, I mean, you could say that cut a little close because like the crisis of the personality crisis is not completely off track, but
Yeah, I'm
also
looking at
yeah,
your feed right now, and I mean, you do have like a lot of different
yeah,
aesthetics, but I feel like they all kind of tie together well.
yeah. I think they do. Thank you. I think they tie together, but a lot of it's just like. Okay, like let me see what I sent it. Okay. Okay, there are desert shots. Good. I was like, how did it see that? But yeah, a lot of this is just like, especially my most recent post, are just kind of mishmash. And then definitely wouldn't have made four posts from the pool photo, but she was tagging me in the post, so it shows them on my feed. So
Oh, you like the collab. I mean, that's a really nice
yeah,
set. I can see why you want a bunch of
yeah,
those.
thank you. And so I mean, it's not necessarily off base at a glance. So did yours get meaner?
Mine got meaner. I haven't actually read it
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So this is
Yeah.
live reaction. Okay, so let's turn up the heat a bit. Your feed looks like Vogue threw up all over a construction site. Half of these photos are so forced, it's like the models are trying to escape from an invisible straitjacket. The other half look like they're just waiting for someone to tell them where the nearest exit is. And what's with the outfits? It's like a thrift store collided with a couture house, and neither survived the impact. Oh, that's great. Oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
use
that's a
that.
good one.
Oh
I
my
like that in
God.
the abandoned building line.
Yeah, these are good. These are accurate. One moment you've got someone draped in what looks like grandma's curtains, and the next there's in something that screams last minute Halloween costume. Your lighting choices, it's like you went, what if we made everyone look like they're either emerging from the darkness or about to be abducted by aliens? Low key though, that's the vibe. I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. So I'm like probably like maxing out my microphone here.
Oh no, no,
Calm
no,
down.
we're good.
Um, Honestly, this feed is a perfect blend of I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm going to act like I do anyway. That's like my whole personality. It's chaotic, confusing, and just the right amount of ridiculous, but at least it's not boring. Okay, I'll take that. Oh my God, I feel like I'm reading my horoscope.
This is kind of like the it's like the pain horoscope or something. Okay, I asked it to crank it up. It gave me a couple of paragraphs, so I guess it's my turn. Your Instagram feed looks like it was curated by someone who's trying way too hard to seem mysterious, but is really just confused about what they're doing with their life. The black and white photo. Wow, groundbreaking. Nothing screams originality like pretending you're a moody French poet from the 60s. Now let's talk about those disco ball shots. Did you just discover that shiny objects reflect light? The whole I'm so deep look at me with this retro vibe is so overdone, it's practically vintage itself, which is why I'm doing it.
It
No.
is vintage itself.
Yeah. The poolside photos, honestly, it looks like you Googled aesthetic and just threw everything that popped up into a blender. One minute you're into lounging like a sunburned vampire, and the next you're into floating, you're floating in a pool like a half-drowned Barbie that someone forgot about. Megan's gonna love that. The model floating
Scathing.
in a pool. Um, and those desert shots, please. If I wanted to see someone pretending to be lost in the middle of nowhere, just watch a reality TV show. It's like you're trying to scream, I'm an artist, but all I'm hearing is, I spent too much time on Pinterest. Maybe it's time to step back from the fake deep vibes and figure out what you actually are, or at least find an aesthetic that doesn't look like it was inspired by a thrift store clearance section.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
man. Wow.
brutal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Um,
I mean,
so
the store clearance section is rude. Some of these are really nicely styled.
yeah, I mean we asked for it. I mean, but the thing
We
is,
asked
like,
for it.
are we influencing it by saying roasting in the first place? What would it naturally think?
I was going to ask it next if it could recommend some ways that I can improve my photography based on what it sees on my feed.
Ooh.
I want to see if it's got some ideas. All right,
Okay.
here we
What
go.
did you ask it?
I said, can you recommend some ways to improve my photography based on what you see on my feed? Okay, yeah, it's the posing, the lighting, and the locations are like the top three things that it mentioned. And those are the things that I mentioned. It's so
Oh,
sad.
oh.
It's true. It's true. It's true. I know. I know. I know. It's got number one is experimenting with posing because a lot of my models have a stiff or forced look. Um, so try to capture them mid movement while they're interacting with the environment.
Hmm.
I could do that.
Hmm.
Lighting control. Some of your photos have intense lighting that washes out details while others seem underexposed. This is true. This is something that I've like had on my like goals list is to
Yeah.
figure out how to get the right balance between flash and like getting the lighting look I want.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. Vary your locations. Your current locations add an urban, gritty vibe. The repetition can feel monotonous. So mix it up with some different environments. I know. I should. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Yeah. All of these are good. They don't like the outfits, which like I don't have to say in that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ChatGPT. And post-processing. My edits are on the right track, but they could use more finesse. Watch out for oversaturation or extreme contrast. Oh
Is
my
there such
God.
a thing? Okay.
Do I over edit my photos? Oh
I
God, that's
don't
the
think
worst.
so.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh,
But
Jamie.
everyone's like so anti-saturation, it bothers me, which makes me just want to saturate more.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
started just raising the black tones on all of my
Okay.
images because somebody told me that that would make them look more professional. And like it actually does. So like raising
Yeah.
just the black slider like a few notches, but then lowering shadows, pretty
Oh yeah.
effective.
So like soften the blacks a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So mine says one, find consistency in style. Current issue, your feed is all over the place in terms of style, technically by design because I don't curate my feed intentionally. There's a mix of vintage, moody, colorful, artsy shots. A wide variety can be good, but lacking consistency can make you look disjointed. Tip, try to find a cohesive style or theme, whether specific palette, subject matter, editing style. Consistent aesthetic will make your feed more visually appealing, which tells me it's good because I'm intentionally trying not to have a feed like that. Like I have the
Oh, so it can like,
anti-curated grid.
whoa, okay. Interesting. So it
So
picks up on that.
yeah. So that maybe that means I'm doing right with that. To work on composition. Some of your shots, particularly the ones with a lot going on, disco ball, feel cluttered. Intentional in that case. Viewer's eye doesn't know where to focus, but good to look out for. Focus on strong composition principles like rule of thirds, leading line, symmetry, clean up your shots. Each element has a purpose. If you're going for a busy scene, ensure there's a clear focal point. Good advice, though, in general. Lighting matters. The lighting in some photos is either too harsh or too flat, especially in the desert and indoor photos. Huh. Storytelling through image. It gave me a bunch. Storytelling
Yeah,
through
I got
images.
storytelling for my images too.
Okay. Some of your photos feel like
But
they're
I'm
trying to tell a
so tired
story.
of hearing that. Oh,
Yeah.
everybody online, like every criticism is like, what story were you trying to tell with this? And I'm like, I'm trying to tell a story of somebody wearing an outfit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's like it's not a book, it's a picture.
I like the idea of storytelling, like if you're doing like photojournalism or if you're doing event photography, like wedding photography, or even if you're doing like a series, then
Yeah.
it's great. But like just for like one individual shot, like for a client who wants like headshots or like outfit shots, like I can't work a story in there. It's
Yeah.
not the purpose of the photo either.
Yeah, and also like no one likes a really explicit story. Like you don't want to get hit over the head. It's like a movie. Like if it's about directly about the topic, people call it preachy, but if you make it sci-fi in outer space, then all of a sudden it's classic like Star Trek. I mean, there's all kinds of social issues in that, but it was in outer space with makeup. So
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they were really
Um,
keeping the makeup artists employed
oh
that
yeah.
show.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I mean, there's stuff that would matter if I cared about my feed, like focus. So, like, don't be afraid to archive things to fit your current vision. Intentionally not doing that. I still have my first Instagram post up from
Really?
14 or 15 years ago.
Oh my God, I've never scrolled all the way down. I
Oh,
should do that at some point.
you could try. I don't know how long it'll take. There's
And
like
then
3,000.
I'll like your first post to prove that I had the
Oh,
stamina
perfect.
to truly stalk your entire Instagram.
Perfect. I'm gonna ask everyone. It's like my first photo to prove you're a fan. No.
Yeah, really. How long can you just do
Um,
this on my on my thing for?
and the other thing that people don't realize now is that the first few years of Instagram, no one posted DSLR photos on their Instagram. It was all phone photos. And that was kind of the original point, I think.
Right.
Like it was
Yeah.
kind of like we do that app where it tells you to take a picture wherever you are and you have to take like the proof of life photo. It was kind of more of that vibe. So the first,
Wow, I kind of forgot about that because
yeah.
yeah, I didn't post a single DSLR photo on my like I had like a plant themed Instagram
Oh,
before
yeah.
the current like before I was a photographer, I was like a plant person.
Oh, okay.
Um, and I had that Instagram for like 4 years, and I don't think I ever posted a DSLR photo on that.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't think I've ever posted a phone photo on this Instagram on Y
Oh,
Hanson
wow.
Photography. I think they've all been DSLR.
Wow.
So that was in
That's crazy.
2018 that I made this one, and that was
Oh,
like
wow. This one was like 2011 or I still can't get 10,000. So, but
You just got to do what I do and shoot with a bunch of influencers who then tag you, and then all of the bot accounts that follow them will
oh
follow you,
yeah.
and then you get a whole bunch of fake followers for free. It's
Oh
awesome, and you
right.
can't get rid of them. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's perfect. Perfect. I always tell people it's like I feel like my following's smaller, but it's like really organic.
that's
So,
good. No, I'm jealous, man. My following is
oh,
like that happened to me twice, and I gained probably like 3,000 or 4,000 followers from it. At one point,
oh
it
yeah.
doubled my follower count,
Oh
but
wow.
then they were all bots, and so I went through and tried to get rid of them all by like remove, remove, remove. But you can't
Oh
like
yeah.
mass remove. You have to do it
Oh
individually.
yeah.
And it took me like 3 hours, and I
Oh,
removed like 1,000 of them. And then the next day, another 1,500 followed me, and I was like,
okay,
okay,
whatever.
it's
Yeah.
fine then, I guess. Like,
I
did what I
ruined
could.
my Instagram by like I used to like have a pretty good, you know how they was like, oh, your ratio of who you follow to who follows you needs to be like this.
Mhm.
I needed to follow dogs at one point, really cute small dogs.
Aw,
And it was 2016. You can remember politics around then in America. Um,
imagine you need to follow
I
some
needed to
dogs.
follow a lot of dogs. So I followed
I
so
understand.
many dogs that I now can't follow any more people. And so I've had to start deleting people to follow anyone because I followed too many dogs.
Wait,
I
really? Oh my,
literally follow
wait,
like
how many
2,000
dogs
dogs,
did you
at
follow? Oh
least
my God,
2,000,
Jamie. Oh,
at least
yeah, you're
2,000.
following 7,000 people. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
And they're
Jamie.
almost like half of them are dogs. I
Are
like
those all
literally,
dogs?
yeah, half of them are dogs.
Wow. Okay, that's really impressive. I
I
thought
mean,
you meant
there's a
like
few
200
cat
or something.
accounts, but yeah, but they're cute. Like
Well,
look
you
up
should follow my
Norbert the
friend's
dog.
dog.
Oh, who is that?
Oh yeah, I will. Oh yeah. My friend's got a
Oh,
dog named Bo. What is it? It's Bo. Oh, now I don't know their name,
oh, you
but
can send it
they've been
later.
getting
Yeah.
like hate. Like they started a dog account, a dog TikTok account, and they've been getting hate because like there's pet owners out there who are like, oh, the dog's back leg is twitching, it needs medical attention, it's being
Oh, people are
neglected, or like, and
insane.
they're just like, oh, it's so insane. And like reading the comments, like, dude, I like to look at a tiny puppy and like the only thing that
Yeah,
comes into your mind is hate. Like, come on, let's
yeah.
calm down.
Oh, yeah. I follow a couple of disabled dogs, and people are like, "Why don't you put it down?" I'm like, "I will put you down."
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh
okay, why don't
my,
you
my
go to the vet?
God.
We'll shoot. Yeah, it's like to follow more puppies and also, I guess, people. I started deleting my parasocial associations, my parasocial relationships on Instagram, like celebrities and brands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
I had
like,
to delete.
yeah.
That was like part of my New Year's resolution actually, was that I didn't want to scroll. So I deleted like all of the meme pages and
Oh
all of
yeah,
the celebrities and all of like the people who weren't posting good photography, basically. Like I
yeah.
just want to see good photography that inspires me or teaches me something.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it. And my friends, of course.
yeah.
But
If
most of
it's
my friends
somebody,
post good photography.
oh yeah, outside of a handful, I just yeah. So
Yeah,
that,
big agree.
oh yeah, it's been pretty good for me, I think. So that's the only time I will ever sit down and curate anything on my Instagram, and that's so I could follow more puppies.
See, I'm the opposite. I got like the most curated Instagram feed ever. I really like, I almost like, I always want to break free of it, but it's so hard. Like, it's so hard to
Oh yeah,
post the first post that is not on theme.
oh yeah,
And every time I do, I just wind up like shifting the theme. Like, I'll post a red photo, and then like the next 10 photos I post will be red. And like, ah.
oh, oh yeah. I will try to if I'm like, and you can see it like I posted like three things last month or something like that. I'll go some month and only post one or two things. And that's where I'm like, oh no, I'm like trying. I'm like not posting something because it doesn't fit. Time to take a picture of my shoe and post it or something.
Oh my God, that's so hardcore. I like that. I can like vibe with that for sure. Whenever somebody tags me now, like does a collab request,
Oh yeah.
I accept it. Even if it's not 100%
Oh
on
yeah.
theme with my Instagram, I accept it. And
Yeah.
that's like
Cool.
that's a big step for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
was not
cool. That's
accepting
good.
those.
Oh, yeah, I used to not be as active doing that. Now I'll do it, which is why there's like three photos of like this shoot because I would like do one post and the shoot would be over forever, even though I had t dozens of other photos in the shoot that I liked. I was like, well, that shoot's gone. That's fun.
Well, now Instagram you add up to 20 photos for a carousel
Oh
now
yeah.
instead of 10.
I wish it would tell
I don't
you
know if you noticed that. Yeah,
how many people made it through. Like it's like people made it through seven
all
of
of
your
them.
10 photos or yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. I
Yeah.
wish, yeah, that'd be a good metric for it to add, like just in the
Yeah.
analytics.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
because I want to add 20, but one of the reasons I stopped posting so much on Instagram is because I had a show and I had posted photos on Instagram as I worked. And it was like, oh, I'm going to share what I did. So most of the show had been on Instagram, like, tiny Instagram. And people literally didn't go to the show because I had seen them on Instagram already. I'm like, but they're
oh,
big,
that's
and I
lame.
spent $1,000 on these prints and frames. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
them
oh
on
my
Instagram. It's
God.
like, wow. And I realized my work was existing as that tiny little picture and then dying as soon as I did that.
Oh, that's brutal to think
So
about. I don't like that.
yeah, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, FYI to anybody listening, you can't find any of my, well, no, you can find a few of my larger printed works on Instagram, but you cannot find most of them. You'll have to come to my show.
Yeah, if I think I'm going to do anything with the photos, I'll maybe post one. So I have a couple of things I've been working on for a couple of years now that I haven't posted. So I'm like, okay, I need to actually do something with those because they're just kind of sitting around now. Like, oh yeah, that thing I did 3 years ago is a good shot that no one will ever see unless I do something with it.
Oh, I've got a lot of film rolls like that, like not portrait sessions.
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like when I take pictures of people, I'm like accountable to those people to like share the photo and like
Oh
do something
yeah,
with it.
definitely.
But when I just take a photo of like, a street corner or whatever, like a street photography, it might be a really good photo, but then it is just in my Google Drive and
Yeah.
it'll be there forever until I, have a show and I'm like, shit, I need like four more prints for this show. And this is a really good one. Why did I never do anything with this?
Yeah. I think to see more actively what I'm doing is like you would be better off looking at what other people post on my photos than actually what I
Yeah. Yeah. The
post.
tagged photos.
Yeah. Yeah,
Same,
that
actually.
oh
I
yeah,
always want to tell people like, go look at my tagged photos. Check it out.
there's
There's a
a
lot of good ones
lot
in there.
more here than I put just looking at it. So yeah, I'm gonna do an underwater zine or something.
We should wrap up
Oh
soonish.
yeah. I
Because the sun is really encroaching on my
oh yeah.
territory here. So I've
Yeah,
been
I
like leaning over
think
the side.
any final thoughts on Chat GPT's roasting?
Well, I'm actually I'm kind of relieved. Like it didn't identify any problems that I didn't know existed already. So that's
Yeah.
good, right? Like
Oh yeah.
I'd rather it critique things that I already know and am working on than
Oh
find
yeah.
new problems that I haven't considered.
Yeah.
And it shows that I have a good grasp of my shortcomings, which is healthy.
Yeah.
How about you?
Similar. Yeah. Like it showed me a few things like people assume that you care about what's on your feed and I don't. So it shows that I don't care what's on my feed, but also some things like the concept of identity, like artistic identity and stuff like that I've struggled with and am less inclined to bother with these days. So overall, it was interesting and surprisingly in depth for an AI model, I think, based on a screenshot of my Instagram feed. Uh,
Yeah, I was impressed that it could tell. Like
yeah,
it could tell the desert, it could tell the swimming pool. Like I mean,
yeah.
obviously it can, but the fact that it could like pick those out as examples was cool.
Oh yeah, and I guess they own all of our photos now, which I should have thought, but they already probably did
Yeah, I guess
anyway.
so. Although apparently they already do. I think
Yeah.
Instagram or Facebook has some AI that's being trained off of Facebook and Instagram
Oh
photos,
yeah.
allegedly. So I
Yeah.
think
I think
it's
they
probably
do
true
it
like that.
anyway even if it's not illegal. Like everyone's like, "Oh, the phone couldn't record what you're saying because it's illegal." I'm like,
Yeah, and
"No,
you're like,
it's definitely still
yeah,
recording."
right.
It's like if you
Yeah,
want to
no,
say something you don't record it, you got to hide somewhere.
well, did you see the thing about like YouTube scraping or Google scraping YouTube videos for AI
Oh,
language learning or
geez.
whatever?
I'm
Yeah,
not
so
shocked.
because there's like a clause in, and this is all alleged, this is all my
Hmm.
opinion and my
Yeah.
interpretation. Because there's like a clause in the user agreement that you agree to when you first start publishing YouTube videos that allows information like the title of the video and the thumbnail to be scraped for
Mm.
search purposes.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Now that they're going to like kind of appropriate that clause to apply
Mm.
to, scraping the content of the video as well
Yeah.
for search purposes because their language learning model is being used for search, which like I started YouTube in 2020, and there was no AI language
Yeah.
learning, large language learning models in 2020 that were like available or anywhere near being developed. So
Yeah.
how could you have agreed to that like in advance by
Yeah.
signing that user agreement?
I agree.
Well, it's
But
been
yeah.
lovely chatting with you on that note.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Jamie, for
I
another
oh
fantastic podcast episode.
Through the wizardry of computer technology, I can take any picture you got and stuff it in a brandy snifter.
Well, that's everything we had to say today. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to find me, you can find me on Y Hanson Photography on Instagram. And if you want to find Jamie, you can find him
at jamiemphoto at Instagram and probably other places, but Instagram's the good one to look for. And my darkroom is pinywoodsdarkroom.org, and links will be in the descriptions and captions and wherever else you find this.
And do check us out on Instagram and tell us if you agree with ChatGPT's criticism of us.
Yes.
I'd be interested to hear that down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, go on.
Sorry. And also, we are on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, depending on where you see us. If you see smash things or whatever they do on YouTube these days, like buttons and
like
subscribing
button.
and all that stuff.
Subscribe.
Yeah, I hit it, but not too hard.
Not too hard.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right.
Okay, wait, and now let's do the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you can I guess stop. Or no, keep recording because then it
Should we be like we got roasted? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Weeping in national.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Jamie. That was fun, and thanks for hopping on. Sorry about yesterday.
Oh no, it's
Monday.
fine. I'm gonna stop the recording
Sorry,
now
the
so we
time
can.
difference. Oh yeah.
So we can